Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. How you all doing? We're back for another Tone of Transformations edition of Thrifty Thursday Transformations. I'm hot. I have to turn that fan on. I don't have air conditioning back in my workroom. There's no vent that comes through. It's all in the store. So sometimes it gets hot back here. I turned my fan off so it wouldn't be so loud, and now I'm like, it's hot. Okay. When you jump on, say hi. Say hello. Let me know you're here. How's it going? Are you guys enjoying summer? So it's been gorgeous here. It's in the 90s like today. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 80s. Sunday in the 60s. I don't know what's going on with our weather this year. It's very, very, very bizarre. Are you looking for the broom? Mm-hmm. I just used it. It's right there. So I don't know what's going on. My vegetables don't know either. They're like freaking out because they're like, what is going on with this weather, woman? We can't stay cold. We want to be warm. But anyhow, when you hop on, let me know that you're on here. Say hi to me so I can see and talk to you. Oh, look at this. I picked these little guys up at the thrift store a couple months ago. I've had them in my room. Like little butterfly things you could attach to something, right? Somebody made them. They ended up at the thrift store. They got little butterfly feely things. So I thought, what could we do with them? Now, I'm not a painter. Like I couldn't like draw the butterfly on here like a monarch butterfly. That's not how I'm not that kind of painter. But I can add tissue paper and stuff. So I thought, why not? Let's try to do it that way and see what happens. So I'm going to put you down. So anyhow, I'll paint it upside down so you can see it. I thought this might be fun just to add some color too. So what I did is I grabbed some tissue paper that I had left over. I had this left over from a project I did. I did the headboard dressers. It's got some butterflies on it and this really pretty flower. So I don't ever throw these scraps away. I saved all the little scraps that I can have. So I thought, why not paint it maybe kind of in this kind of colorish and then see what we end up with, right? I don't know. Let's just play. Those are the best things, right? The ones you don't plan. I literally just picked this up 5 minutes ago in my stash. So I'm going to add a couple colors in my bucket. I've got Dixie Belle's Savannah Mist, which is the blue, and Weeping Willow, which is the green. It just because I thought of those two colors that are on this tissue paper, they're kind of the same colors. I'm going to cut these guys out and see what happens. Maybe we'll tear them. I don't know. We'll do something. Maybe not cut them out, maybe just tear them. So let's just add some paint. This is raw wood, so this paint is going to suck up. So I'm thinking maybe the blue. Oh, that's pretty. The Savannah Mist is a very pretty soft blue. One of my favorite blues. This is really pretty when you do it on an entire piece. And then dip back into the Weeping Willow. This is dried really relatively fast. We're just going to put a base coat. We're going to put the tissue paper on, and then we will go ahead and paint over that too. So I just want to get a base coat down though first. Aren't these cute? You guys like these? I thought it was super fun. I am live on both YouTube and my Facebook page at the same time. Oh, I've got way too much paint on that brush. Jeez, what do you think you're doing? And then the middle, we can add a different color to. I'm just trying to get, I added way too much green in my paintbrush and just covered up all the blue. Oh, well. Let's get this edge down here since we got so much paint. Everybody enjoying summer so far? I'm enjoying it if it would just stay warm and not turn cold. Why is it going to be 62 on Monday? What the heck? 62? Where am I? The coast? I'm not on the coast. Inland, high desert. It's supposed to be hot. 93 today, 62 on Monday. That's like 30 degrees difference. I don't get it. Hey, Ronnie. How are you? Tony's over on YouTube. So, Ronnie, have you already eaten yet? I know it's already 6 o'clock where you are. Ronnie's on the East Coast. I am in Nampa, Idaho. YouTube notifications are slow. So does it tell you? So tell me this, Ron. Does it tell you when I'm live? Does it like say, hey, or is it, you mean slow as like I'm talking? It's probably way off on what I'm talking about. Okay. So we just have a quick coat of paint, right? I kind of left the blue around the outside and then put haddock. Ooh, fish. Yum. Sounds yummy. Do you guys catch it? Are you on the ocean? Do you live on the ocean? You're on the eastern seaboard, right? Okay. I have 2 of these, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to get 2 of them done. I'm going to paint this one first. Okay, let me just dry it. It'll dry really fast. Oh, after I've already started? Well, I only started like 5 minutes ago, so not too bad. I don't really know how. I'm not used to the YouTube thing yet. I'm relatively new to it, so I don't know like how it works. But I'm so glad that you're watching it. If you guys come on and watch this as a replay, I'm going to put my YouTube link in my Facebook post. I would appreciate if you would watch the replay of it on YouTube because I get credit for watch hours. I'm trying to get my watch hours. I need to post some more videos so I can get some more watch hours. I'm halfway there to get YouTube to pay me. So hoping to get them to pay me some money, right? Pay me money. Pay me money for videos. I'm going to grab my clear coat and a container to use it and a brush. Okay. So what I thought we would do is this. Take that tissue paper and kind of use some water to cut it out and give us. Okay, let me grab my supplies. So let's put this guy to the side. The tissue paper. So this is what I mean when I don't ever throw away my scraps. There's not a lot of design left on this. This was a 20 by 30 piece of tissue. There's not a whole bunch of stuff on it, but there's butterflies on it, and there's this really cool flower. So why don't we use it? See if it works, right? Even though the flower has its part of it, but let's just take a wet paintbrush and kind of cut it out and see what we end up with. I just got water on the end of a paintbrush and I'm just going over the flower with the water. What this is going to do is allow me, put this on the ground because I'll burn myself, allow me to tear this. Wherever the water hit, it will tear. It's the easiest way to tear things is to get them wet like that, especially tissue paper, and not have it just be uniform, right? Let's do the same thing. Let's use these little butterflies. YouTube is clearer and sounds better. You grew up 3 blocks from the beach. That's awesome. How fun. I love the beach in Costa Rica. Or, you know, anywhere tropical. I don't want to live where it's cold in the winter. And it's cold where you live in the winter. So we're just cutting these out just like this. I thought about cutting them, but that's too hard to cut them close because what I want to do is now paint and blend this over the top. Makes sense? I hope so. So we're just using a paintbrush and some water to kind of cut these out. I love the beach. Like, it's in my blood. I love tropical climates. I like the humidity. I know I'm weird, right? It doesn't bother me. But I also like to go to those places when it's freezing cold here, so it's a nice reprieve. I love going to Costa Rica in January because when I come back, I'm all nice and tan and everybody here is freezing. So we're going to get full use out of this paper. So I have little scraps and bits and pieces. And like I say, I never throw even the transfer parts. Like if I have leftover transfers, you guys see how easy this is to rip and then make it look more natural, right? Are these butterflies? I don't know what these are. They look like, what are those? Like flower. I don't know what those are. They look weird. They look like moths and I don't want them. I'm going to use this flower. Maybe we'll use that one too. Yeah. Everybody's busy in the summer, right? I got family coming this weekend. I'm really excited to see. I haven't seen them in a long time. Family from Alaska. My cousin, she's coming to visit. She says, I can't wait to be warm. Yeah, it's going to be 67 on Sunday when they get here. And they're going to be here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And like 62 on Monday. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. It's 90 today. Sorry that you want it to be warm. Coming from Alaska, it's probably warmer up there than it is down here. That's stupid. Poor thing. I was like, yay, our pool. We've got everything all going in the pool. Yeah, no, not no more. I won't get into it. Too dang cold. All right. So what I'm thinking, we need to use this butterfly somewhere, or this not butterfly. What is this? Sunflower. So why don't we kind of like position it up here? We will end up sanding this off right here when it dries. So we don't have a straight line, kind of like that. There we go. Let me get a pair of scissors. But I thought this would be a great way to repurpose this little cute butterfly. South Boston. South Boston. Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's warmer, Ronnie. God, I really hope so for their sakes, right? Poor thing. Coming all the way from Alaska, and they're from warm weather, and they haven't lived up there that long. Okay, do we want to do that? I only have one of these flowers, so I kind of want to put it in the middle. But I don't, what I'm wanting not to do is I don't want there to be like this harsh edge up here so much. So let's just add some clear coat. Here we go. So this is Dixie Belle's Satin Clear Coat. The reason I like to use this for decoupage is that you see how thick and glue-like that is. I like that factor because it doesn't dry as fast as, say, like another clear coat that is in their line, like Gator Hide, which dries super fast. So what it does is it allows for crafts us to be able to work it longer. Work it, baby, work it. So, yeah. Yeah, Ronnie, I've never been to your side of the United States. Have you ever been to Idaho? I've never been to New York or Washington, D.C. or any of those places. I think the furthest I've been is I went to Tennessee a couple of summers ago. Whoops, I did that in water. That's about as far like that way. I know that's not anywhere near you, but that's about as far. I've been to the middle of the United States. I've been to Florida like once. For a business trip, actually. First time I went to Florida was for a conference. I'm going to cut this right here because I want it to lay a little more on the butterfly's head. Oh, perfect. There's a butterfly's head right here. Her little head. I'm going to push that down just so it kind of goes over that. and kind of push these down now. There we go. Been quiet in the store today. Yesterday, it was so busy, I didn't even have time to eat lunch. Today, there's been like 5 people in here. It's so funny how it works like that. It's either balls out, busy, nobody's in here, or crickets. I was like, no rhyme or reason anymore. So I have been working. I just finished a piece. I will show you. It's right behind me. Let me kind of get this guy to go down and around these antenna. Let's move the antenna, Debbie. There we go. I want it to stick, so when it dries, it's actually going to stick to the wood underneath. Cute, right? So far, well, we got a little bit of whimsy going on here. So I'm just basically putting the clear coat back over. It will dry clear. So even if you go outside of the lines, it's okay. Let's put a butterfly down here. We got a yellow butterfly, a flower. What do we got? And a flower over here. Let's put that flower right there. Let's just play. I don't really have a plan for this. And it doesn't matter if it's yucky, just paint over it. Who cares? It was just something that was very inexpensive. And I thought, you know what? It's this time of year, right? This time of year for arts and crafts kind of thing. Not painting furniture, but decoupage. Same process. If you were to do this on a dresser, it's the exact same process, you guys. Oh, and then let's put the yellow butterfly like right here. Okay. There's already some top coat there. I'm doing this upside down, so tell me if it's wonky. We're going to paint over this still. That's going to be the beauty of it. So we're going to use these butterflies that I cut out to put on the butterfly, right? Because I am not artsy fartsy where I can actually draw the whole like butterfly. It would look retarded. So I'd rather just use stuff like this to give you the illusion. Are they all going the right way? I hope so. Let's make this one go down though. Because why not? Like it's going to go fly in. I got to look at it from the right angle. Where she's going to go. She's going to go fly to the flower. There we go. She's going to fly to the flower. How cute is this? So here's the deal. This was a $10 piece of tissue paper that I did an entire bedroom set with. I ended up using like 2 or 3 sheets I posted it a while ago. And now I am still using the remnants on another craft, right? So we've got this flower up here and this flower right here. We could just make that go right there so it kind of looks like there's a flower coming from the side. Who loves doing stuff like this? I do. Can't really go wrong with like decoupage. You could do this with napkins if you have the decoupage napkins also. Maybe we'll put another flower down here. Yeah, so they look like it's a bouquet. It's a bouquet, except this flower, I don't like that straight edge. I would use it off the side. Maybe I don't use this one. I don't like that straight edge. It's weird. This one has a straight edge too. I should have cut that. But you know what we're going to do? Let's just do this. And we're going to blend over the top of it. What the hell? We'll get rid of that straight edge. We'll just paint it in. Okay. Hopefully I can get this to dry enough that I actually can paint over the top. Let's see. Are you the only one on here today, Ronnie? Yeah. Thank you. The different colors, right? Of the tissue. It's all going to blend in. But we're going to paint and soften it up anyhow. So let's see if I can get it dry enough so I can paint over the tissue paper. Hopefully I can. If you see any bubbles, that's okay. Bubbles are part of decoupage. And it even bubbles on furniture. So don't stress out about it. Instead of stressing out about it, antique it more, make it be part of your design, and then it will work. Yeah, I wish I would have ripped these edges right here. I didn't realize that. I should have ripped these so that they look more fluttery instead of straight and severe. But if we paint over it, we might be able to hide it. I'll have to get a smaller brush. So now that I see this, I probably want to add some yellow in here along with the green and the blue because I really love the sunflower. I don't think I have that picture now on my computer. I could show you the picture that I did of the headboard and the footboard and the two nightstands. I did all with this paper. I love this paper. Oops. Hold on. I didn't get any decoupage medium underneath here, and it's sticking up, so let's get that glued down. Oh, there we go. So don't be afraid to hit it again if you miss. Do I like rice paper? I do. It's just more expensive. It is thicker, so you can't rip it like this, but it's way more expensive. The rice papers that are out now, like I retail Prima and Dixie Belle, they're so much more expensive than tissue. So, I mean, and they still get the same amount of bubbles and all the things on them, right? Let me get a smaller brush because that's pretty small. And you know what would be cool on this? You guys know, texture. Texture would be great on something like this because then you could really hide all the little things in between, right? Let me put you up and closer. There we go. And down. Okay. So I'm going to take the same paint that I had. A little bit of the green. We're just going to go and soften these edges, right? We're going to just make them appear to just be part of the flutterbys. I'm going to add a little bit of blue. I'm just going to tap, tap, tap. Now we're going to make them appear to be part of the design. So where I had these harsh lines that I didn't like, I'm going to soften them. I'm going to come back. I'm probably going to go grab some yellow in a second. Just soften them. So now it doesn't look like I just plopped down tissue paper, right? It looks like they belong here. Just a little tap and tapping. So the biggest difference and why this works so well and easy for me is that I use quality brushes and quality paint. If you go buy your stuff from Walmart, you're not going to get the same kind of experience. You may use the same technique, but it's just not going to be the same. So when I mean quality paint, quality chalk paint, a good quality brush. This is a Klingon R12. It's their small one, which I love this brush. So look at, there's a big difference. See how much softer this side looks? Whoops, this side looks than this side, right? Because what did I do? I just tapped a little bit of paint on there. Isn't that crazy? I didn't do a lot. Nothing. Like it wasn't like some big mystery. You guys, you can all do this. It's just coordinating colors, right? Up here where I said the sunflower was harsh, we're going to get rid of that line. We're going to come in a little bit on the sunflower here, bring it down, and we're going to get rid of that. And all I'm doing is loading and offloading my brush. Hi, Sharon. Have I tried Pen Art Decoupage Gel? I have not. What does it do? I don't sell Pen Art, so I've heard of it, but I've never used it. You'll have to tell me, have you used it? I love Dixie Belle Satin Clear Coat because it's super durable and hard, and it gives me workability time. I will never use Mod Podge. It's too glue-like, and it's not as good of a sealer as like a real one that I would use from the paint companies because it's just more for a crafter, where I'm really serious when I paint furniture, right? So I use basically the same thing on furniture that I am using on these things. And I know that it works, so I stick with that. Now, see where this line is really severe right here? We're just going to make it kind of soften up. And I'm just barely tapping a little more paint on here. And we're painting right over the decoupage paper. We're painting right over it to make it all kind of blend in. This is fun. Easy and fun. Yeah, like I said, I found this at the thrift store a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, those are cool. And they've been sitting in the back. And I thought, well, I should probably get them out. And now it is a butterfly. Whoops. Right? A little different spin on a butterfly. Now, this over here has a little more blue. Let's add a little bit more blue down here. You can add any color you want. And I might grab some yellow. My legs are stuck to that seat. Out. That's one thing about summer, right? Your thighs, my fat thighs, stick to the leather in my car. Woo, every time. Only downside to having leather seats is the summertime thighs sticking. So this is mud paint. It is clay-based paint, butternut. I love this yellow. Isn't that pretty? So a little bit. Remember, offload, same brush. A little bit of yellow, right? Soften her up a little bit because we've got the yellow in the sunflower. We can add some yellow, just highlights here and there. So a butterfly, she's about to be pretty. Let's do her body a little more yellow. It really softens it, right, Ronnie? It just softens the whole design by just, it softened the tissue paper. The harsh lines are gone. Ultra matte. So you use the Pen Art Ultra Matte. I've never tried it. I don't retail it, so I usually don't do things that I don't sell. But I'll take your word for it. I actually reached out to Pen Art once, but it wasn't really feasible for me. It's more of like a Michael's, Hobby Lobby kind of thing. I don't like little retailers. Now I just added some yellow, which kind of just changes the whole look. You know, we could have added some of the rose, you know, just, it's just supposed to be fun, right? I love it. It's fun. With leftover tissue paper that I had already used on a project and just adding something different. Hang it on your fence outside. It's already got a top coat on it. I may just go over the whole thing when this dries with the top coat and just make sure, because somebody could hang this outside, so that it's just really well sealed. I like the yellow. What do you guys think? Right? So then I still have, this is where we started. This is the smaller one. Just a plain old. And how easy. Okay, what else do I have to put on this one? I could put transfers on this one. The only thing about using transfers is that you can't put it outside because the transfers will fade. So, suggestions, colors. Thanks, Sharon. Yeah, it is pretty. Because I did grab some transfers that have butterflies on them, and like you could put flowers on them. But I'm a little leery because then you couldn't put it outside. What tissue paper do I have laying over here? What's the favorite tissue paper pieces I have? Maybe I can come up with something in the springs. I have a whole bunch of I don't have to be like a butterfly, but okay. Let me show you what I got. Even napkins. Do you guys ever use napkins for this kind of stuff? The only thing about napkins is they rip really, really easy. All right, let's see what we got. So, see, I save it all, right? Pieces, bits and bobs and pieces. This one is blue flowers. Oh, this is pretty. This is like roses. I'll probably cut that right in the middle right there. I'm just looking for something bright. Bright and fun. That's pretty. Yeah, we save them. Or shave them all. What's that? Most of the stuff that's left on this one is, this is that Prima Redesign tissue paper where it's like a material. It doesn't bend as well as some of the other stuff that I have. Got this one, pieces, not this one. I think I'm going to use this one. I save it all because you never know when you're going to have a small craft like this when you need pink, purple, and turquoise. Okay. Got it. Let's do this. Let's rip this one like we did the other one. Okay. So this one has these roses on it. And let's just go around and see what we got. I never do a straight wedge, as you can tell. I'm not really sure how much of the flower we're going to use. I don't think I'm going to use, but I can paint up onto this part right here. Let's just see where it fits on here. Because we can turn it any way. We can go across. Okay. So let's paint it first. Throw this away. So pink, what did you say? Pink, purple, pink, purple, and turquoise. Is that what you said? I didn't grab turquoise. Let's do this. Pink. I need a new brush though. I won't be using the same brush for that because they will mix too much. Small brush. I need a small brush for this one because not a very big area, right? Just a tiny little thing. I have a small one. Okay. You're using rice paper now on a dresser. You'll have to send me a picture. Purple. Let's just do pinks, a couple shades of pink. That's Peony from Dixie Belle. This is Blush from Mud Paint, and this is Eggplant from Mud Paint. Somebody's going to say, I'd buy them if they were matching. I know it. Tomorrow, right? But they're not. They didn't have enough paper. Okay. Well, let's get some paint on here. This is Peony. Such a bright, pretty pink. It matches my my whatchamacallits that I wear here in the store. Aprons. Matches them really well, doesn't it? But you can't see. I have the camera down too low. Well, the aprons that I wear, this is pretty much the color of them. I am using an S30 in short handled brush from Klingon. The only brushes that I like. And move the antennas back. These are definitely like somebody handmade these. I always feel so like torn when I see this stuff at thrift stores. And like you're like, somebody made that for somebody and they didn't even like care enough. I don't know. It always breaks my heart because you know somebody made this for somebody, right? Some grandpa made this for somebody's yard art, and I always feel bad. I have a hope chest that this lady gave me once, a long time ago. And she said to me, I want to give this to you because nobody in my family wanted it. And I'm like, okay. And she said she opens it up and in the bottom of the hope chest is written, to my bride on our wedding day, 1940 something. Blah, blah, blah. And I started to tear up. She goes, yes, it was my parents, and nobody wants it. My kids don't want it. I mean, or it was hers. I can't remember. It might have been hers. I don't know. I don't think she was that old. But anyhow, I said to her, oh my God, it makes me very, very sad when you have something that you've had in your family for 100 years and nobody wants it. Gosh darn, that just tugs at my heartstrings, right? So I still have that hope chest in my stash. And I decided that my granddaughter, Emery, is going to be her hope chest. Now, and I'm going to leave that down there. And I don't know who the lady is. I don't remember who she was or what her name was. But I'm going to honor her family by giving it to my baby girl. My mom was never into that stuff, so I don't have nothing to pass down except for what I do now, from like old fun stuff. But yeah, that just hurts my heart. What about you guys? I mean, are you nostalgic? A lot of people aren't very nostalgic anymore, especially kids nowadays. They just want the newest, greatest, fastest thing. They don't get the history and stuff. So I'm going to paint that and redo the whole thing for Emery one of these days. For a hope chest, maybe a toy box before that. But I don't think people get hope chest anymore. I've had a hope chest. My dad made it for me when I was 16. I'm not getting rid of it. And when I die, I'm sure my daughter's not going to want to get rid of it anyhow either, because he actually made it. He made it himself. Yeah, it's kind of in the room where I have like my wedding stuff stored in it, the kids' baby stuff stored in it, and I need to paint it, but I haven't. What am I doing? Okay, where's my tissue paper? Let's figure out where to put this one. Let's take off these blooms. I don't like the blooms. Let's take off these blooms that are here because they're like sticking up. We don't want the whole butterfly to be like tissue paper, right? There we go. That's much better. Okay. Now where are we gonna do it? Like, how about just like right across there? Hold on, I gotta move it so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to only go across, but I like this pink flower right here. Here. Let's kind of tear it right here with the water. Tear it with the water so we can kind of get it to sit a little bit better. Maybe tear it with the water right there. Tear it with water, right? Doesn't that sound funny? We're going to tear it up with the water. Maybe bring it around right here. There we go. And kind of just situate it there. And we can paint over all the rest of this. Okay. Hopefully I have enough satin clear coat left in my jar. It's like almost gone. You have a hope chest. You did it over and you love it. Awesome. So my hope chest, funny story about that, is actually a reminder to me. It was the first piece I ever painted. I thought I was going to be like this big furniture painter, like 10 years ago. It was a long time. I've had the store for 7 years. So I've been doing this full time for 7 years. It was a long time ago. I remember seeing somebody chalk painting and I was like, cool, that's so cool. And you got this wax. So I went and I made my own chalk paint because my husband was at the time, he's retired now, house painter. So we had all this house paint laying around. And I read how you could make chalk paint. I made chalk paint for years out of necessity, because it was expensive and nobody knew what to do with it back in the day. Right? They didn't know how to use it, not like today. And there was no YouTube back then. And so I started doing it and I painted this thing and I thought, oh, I'm going to blend it. Right. My first piece, I'm going to blend it. Because look, you can put all these pretty colors. I saw some person do it. Oh my goodness. It is so ugly. And I will tell you that I've never painted it over because to me, it's a reminder of where I started and where I am now. I actually should, one of these days, if I ever had room in the store, bring it in. But I mean, it does have all my like wedding stuff and my kids' baby stuff in it. But it's a reminder to me of how far I've come in my journey as being an artist. And, you know, of course, using the right paint. I still remember the wax I bought. I went to Home Depot. I was like, they said they use wax. Okay. So I bought like this freaking random wax. And it was like, oh my God, I had no clue what I was doing. Not one little clue. And I painted it. For one, I did the technique of, I watched this gal where you paint it one layer and you put Vaseline down. So that way it'll show through, because I don't know how to blend or chip or anything. So I put these globs of Vaseline everywhere. And then I painted another color over the top. Ooh, that's cool. And then you wipe it off and it's got like splotches, right? Shabby chic. Oh God, it's so bad. And then I got this wax, this colored wax, and put it all over it. It looked like somebody smeared crap, went in the backyard and smeared crap all over it. It's bad. And it's up in my spare room, and it holds, like I say, all the old stuff, you know, nostalgic stuff that you don't want to ever get rid of. But I do talk about it, and I should bring it in and say, you know what, this is where I started. But then if it was down here, I'd probably paint it. I kind of do like the fact that it's my original piece, because then it just reminds me, this looks cute, just like this. Right. Let's get some blend on. So a little bit of blush, a little bit of peony. I don't really like this brush. It's too flat. Let me see if I can use this brush with the green in it. I can't find my other small brush. That's okay. I'll just use this one. It doesn't look bad. Actually, the green looks good on it. Let me actually add some green. There we go. Softened her up. I don't know. This one is much bigger, so we just have to kind of soften up the edges, come in over the tissue paper. We'll add some more of the brighter pink back. We can add a little dot of the purple here and there. And I really like the purple. Not the purple. Let's add the pink. You guys still with me? What do you think? This is fun, right? It'd be fun to just hang on your fence outside. It'll last. I'll put another top coat over the top. What I will probably do, and actually what I will do, not probably, is I will coat it with a coat of gator hide, which is weather resistant top coat. So that way, if somebody does buy it to put outside, it'll last. And it won't be bad. It'll last for years. You could hang it in your house, you know, in your kitchen or whatever, if you're into butterflies. I'm not so much into butterflies, but it's cute. Or your little girl's room. Get your edges. I am just kind of mixing the blush with the peony together. The base coat will help because then we had something for everything to stick to, right? So then it kind of shows through. I'm going to give a little bit more green over here. That green was really pretty. Green and pink are very pretty colors together. So a great way, like I say, you can decoupage with napkins, you can decoupage with your scraps, you can get full sheets, do all kinds of things, multiple pieces, right? These wings, we can take some gilding wax and throw them on there. Do you sell the butterflies? No. The butterflies I got at the thrift store. These two will be for sale, but I do not have any more. Sorry. I bought them at the thrift store. How pretty. That's fun. The green looks good with it too. I'm glad we had out the soft green. How cute is that? Right? No, I wish I did now that I did this, right? No, I just happened to pick them up at the thrift store. So I'll sell them just like this. They won't be very expensive. So I've got that one and I've got this one. The two that we just did. Hold this up so you can actually see. Right? So cute. That one, they're totally different than that one. And like I said, when this one's dry, I will take some gilding wax and stick it on their antenna to maybe make them gold or copper. And then put some the weather resistant gator hide over the top. Just finished this girl. She getting ready to be staged. Let me get the camera pointed so you can see the whole thing. It's kind of dark. Isn't it pretty? That's tissue paper. Isn't it gorgeous? I painted this one live in my my private group, the tribe. Too pretty. Really pretty. It's a stunning piece. I love the way it turned out. Okay, you guys. I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next Thursday. Yeah, next Thursday. You know what I say? Go out and be fabulous. My name's Debbie. I'll see you soon. Ciao.